Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the pod.
I don't
Guess who we are?
I literally don't even know if I look okay with this.
I'm Jesse Pinkman, yo.
And I'm Jane. This wig is not it.
You should take it off.
Oh.
I'm gonna snatch your wig.
Jesse and Jane, yo.
I'm Jesse Pinkman, yo. You know, his only
Jesse
line.
Pinkman, yo.
What does Jane say? Say a line.
She's like.
What do you, when she was, why are you looking up her line? She's like, where do you want to go? South America?
Yeah. And you're like,
And I'm like, I'm Jesse Pinkman.
yeah, South America? And then you're like.
And then she dies.
Oh.
Spoiler alert! Sorry. Should I not say that? Well, whatever. Sorry, that was a spoiler.
You're like, I loved her more than anything. Oh.
Okay, whatever.
That's not chill.
Welcome back, you guys.
Oh my goodness. It's literally been
a minute.
2 weeks.
Sorry, you guys.
We were we're practically not even the same people.
We literally
aren't. We literally aren't the same people. This is what it's come to. 2 weeks later, and we're two completely different people now.
This is what happens when
we don't do a video for 2 weeks. We change our style and we change hair colors.
and we lose ourselves in the process.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot has happened, you guys. A lot to update on, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so we went to Boston. That was fun.
Yeah, we went by ourselves. It was the first trip where we traveled on our own.
Get these.
And it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of great moments. I didn't realize how mean everyone was in Boston.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had some
with that.
really bad encounters. It was just people there, you know?
Yeah, it was I know that people are usually not the nicest in the upper or the East Coast.
Not that all of them aren't nice.
But then I don't think times in New York, I'm I don't think they're that mean in New York.
No, they
compared
kind
to
of
how
are.
they were in Boston, I felt why are you so mean?
Yeah, we had a lot of bad encounters.
It felt very Boston has this entitlement in them that it's a very smart city. It feels like.
We went to Harvard.
Oh yeah, we went to Harvard.
We went to Harvard.
I can't believe
future Harvard student in the works.
Can't wait to be here next fall.
Can't wait to be here next fall. That's probably why it feels smart to you, just because it's
well,
Harvard is there.
I think that there's a lot of history in that city, and a lot of people that live there are old money, and so it just gives me that vibe of egotistical, entitled, rich
people.
It's literally Gossip Girl, the city. That's what it reminds
Gossip Girl
me of.
takes place in New York.
I think I know that.
Oh, okay. Not saying that all people in Boston are.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we're not saying that. It just felt very my vibe is people in Boston are sad and really struggling to live there because it's expensive there. So that's my vibe, and that's why people are bitter. But I don't know. You never know these days. But I thought Boston was really fun. It's so beautiful there.
Oh yeah, it was really nice. It was cold. It was 60s to 70s. I don't know. It was 50s to 60s degrees Celsius. I mean, Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So it was really nice, and we did the Freedom Trail. And we saw the old State House and some museums. Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill.
What happened at Bunker Hill?
Bunker Hill was crazy. Number one, it's under construction, and that it's it's just a tall building tower type beat thing. And when we were walking inside, the guy was oh, you want to go up? And then my sister was oh, yeah.
I said no. I said sure. And then he was oh, okay. And I was oh, and then I just kept walking towards where
the stairs were.
And I was did I say it mean? Like, did I sound rude when I said that?
And I was like, no. Like, no, you didn't.
Why did he react that way? I was just really confused to why he reacted that way. And then we got to the monument, and I was like, oh, I understand. You have to walk 300 steps up the monument to actually get, like, all the way to the top. There is no elevator. The monument is so small. Mm-hmm. Like, you can barely fit 5 people in there. It's tiny.
It's like a tiny staircase, like, very narrow. And it was genuinely atrocious, like, the way that we were, like, sweating, panting when you got up, like, to the top of the monument. Like, it was just bad. And it was literally Stairmaster IRL, yeah. Like...
This is what Stairmaster was preparing us to do.
Yeah, like...
Was go up Bunker Hill.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was crazy.
So we were, like, sweating up there, and every time someone would come up, they'd be like, like, panting, like hands on their knees, like, literally, like, dying, and it was really funny, but...
Not chill.
It was not chill at all. I didn't realize it was so far up, and we were, like, on step, like, 150, and I was like, how many more? And then...
Yeah, because we didn't know how far it was until someone walking near us was like, oh, they told us it's 295 steps, and we just barely did, like, 100 or 150, and I was like, oh!
And my sister was like, you want to go back down?
Halfway.
And I was like, no, like, we're already halfway here, let's just go all the way. But, we were sore for the entire rest of the trip.
Oh, I was sore for, like, a whole week after.
Yeah,
it was crazy. But it was also because, like, I hadn't gone to the gym or done any, like,
physical activity,
lower body workouts in a while.
Yeah.
So it made sense that I was so sore. And plus we were walking all day too.
Well,
so.
I'm just, like, built different, and I actually didn't feel any of the after effects. Because, like, I'm just, like, not lame like you. Where, like, I can handle, like, a little bit of stair. You can't. You know what I mean? Oh! Okay.
There is not going to be another episode after this.
Sorry, that's really loud. I'm sorry. My sister complained
Stop. Oh.
Last episode, apparently I was too loud. Once again. What's new, you guys? Stop. Anyway, yeah. That was really bad. But the trip overall was hella good. Oh, wait. Can I say that?
Yeah?
Oops. Okay. But,
I'm sorry.
What wasn't chill, though, was on the flight back home.
Wait, we're not even done talking about the whole trip overall.
Oh, what else is there to say?
Oh, well, okay, so we were at this little pastries. Oh, no. First, we should say what happened at the Italian restaurant, because I don't know if it's, like, the vibe of Italians or if it's just the vibe of Boston itself, but we were in, like, the Little Italy part, and we were getting lunch at an Italian restaurant, and then we do this. We don't want to spend a lot of money, so we get an entree and we share an appetizer. So we share that together, and then we do water.
Yeah.
And then so we were gonna share the entree, and we said,
I was like, my sister was like, can we get this entree because we're going to share? And then I said, can we get, like, this appetizer, and can you bring an extra plate? And then the waitress was like, I think I know what share means. And I was like, like, I didn't know it was being mean day.
I think I know what share means.
I was like,
I think I know more about American Girl doll than you do, genius.
That was literally the vibe, though.
Yeah, that was probably her.
I was like, that was her. Wow, she's really old now. Her age is showing. Like. But yeah, she was just, like, really rude, and I was scared, and I don't like being socially rejected like that.
And then we went to Mike's Pastries. Yes, I'm name dropping. Yes, I'm gonna name drop Mike's Pastries, okay, guys?
And we're gonna call out the woman too. What was her name? I don't know her name.
We went to Mike's Pastries. Every time that I looked up, like, places to go in Boston, everyone's like, oh, go to Mike's Pastries, go to Mike's Pastries. There was a huge line.
So, like, out the door, really gnarly.
Yes, and there's like 7 lines. So there's, like, a bunch of different lines inside the pastry shop because there's just so many people that, like, they need 7 lines.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a cannoli place. It's, like, a pastry place, whatever. Little Italy, whatever. We get there. And I know that they only take cash because I read that they only take cash. So I had a $20 bill with me. The total came out to $12. I gave them the $20 bill, or the lady the $20 bill. And I was like, oh, do you have change for a 20? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, sister, like, give me your cash. Like, I know she's you like, have ones.
Get your money out. Get your money out.
I'm like, I know we can, like, figure it out somehow because we had a bunch of different cash.
And she's like, I'm kidding.
And then she's like, I'm joking.
And we're like, oh, it didn't sound like it.
Of course we have of course we have change. It's a joke.
And I was like, gee.
Oh. I'm like, if it was a joke, we would be laughing.
Yeah, notice how no one's laughing? Yikes.
Okay, anyways.
Like, guys, she's here till 9. She was like, I'm here till 9. You know?
Yesterday at work, I was like, I'm here till 12. And then I don't even remember who it was. They're like, that's so funny because you are here till 12. I'm like, yeah, that's why I said
so the joke here is... That's the vibe,
I'm here till 12.
But yeah, like, the point is that people were kind of rude. But we love Boston anyway. Like, I am a Bostonian.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Okay, now can I say what wasn't fun?
Oh, wait. We also... What else did we do?
Literally nothing else. Like, we just, like, messed around.
Street. You never know who's listening. Oh, Salem. We went to Salem. That was really fun.
Salem was so cool.
Haunting happenings was the thing that was going on. Apparently, our Uber driver was like, why is there so much traffic? Like, is there, like, something going on here? I'm like, duh. Like, of course there is.
Like, it's Halloween in Salem.
Like, it's Halloween in Salem. Like what
October.
Do you expect?
Hello. But, yeah, it was, like, really fun. Salem was definitely my favorite part of the trip, going to Salem. What about you?
Probably Salem too. Salem was really fun.
And we were only there for a few hours.
I also liked the Freedom Trail. The Freedom Trail was fun. We also went to the Museum of Fine Arts there. Lit. We were only there for a little bit though because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
And we went to, I think I said Newberry Street already, where all the shops are.
Yeah.
And then we also went to Havard.
Where I felt like literally awful. We walk up the steps to go into the Havard Library, and I'm sensing a little bit of tension because there's this man like checking in his books because he's like a student there, and I was like, "Is the library for students only?" And then he just gives me a really sad like shake of the head, like yeah.
Oh no, yes, he said yes.
He said yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay, bye," and it was really embarrassing. That does haunt me, like.
Oh, who cares?
No, I felt like very embarrassed. I was just like. And then I was like, at least we could say we went inside. Oh! Yeah, it was like a very awkward encounter, but whatever. And I felt really stupid. And I was like,
yikes.
Who cares?
Literally what?
I know you spend your weekends on Quizlet. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh.
But I also spend my weekends on Quizlet, so it's like, I don't even know. Does anyone else have a Quizlet subscription?
What are you talking about?
You know?
Who are you talking to right now? Who are you? Who
are you talking to?
Who are you talking to right now?
Okay, can I say the big
what?
The big hoopla that happened.
Explain.
It sounds like a lot of hoopla to me, is my vibe.
Okay, explain.
On the way home, we took Spirit Airlines. And, we got on the plane and everything, finally ready to go home. I'm homesick. I'm anxious because I have school and I missed out on school and I have homework and I'm stressed out of my mind. I'm always stressed out of my mind. School makes me very anxious.
And then?
We're on the plane and they're taking like an hour to depart. And I'm like, okay, what's going on, you guys? And then they announce over the intercom in the airplane, they're like, y'all have to get down out of the plane.
They were like, oh, maintenance is working on something right now. They'll see if like we can fix it within the next like 20 minutes or so.
And then they didn't.
I was like, bruh.
And
then they're like, okay, guys, like we're still waiting on maintenance. Like give us another second. And then everyone's like, bruh. And then they were like, oh, we're gonna have to ask you to get off the plane. Or like they're like, oh, if you guys want to get off the plane and like go stretch your legs, go get food. Like it's gonna be a while. So I was like, okay, sister, I'm going to go out and get some food and, like, stretch my legs and use the bathroom. And she's like,
so I stay there with all of our bags, including my sister's bags. And then, like, 10 minutes later, they're like, we actually have to make all of you get off the plane and you have to take all your things. And I was like, bruh, moment. Because I had to carry all of our bags. And what? What?
I was just like, why'd you say that?
Bruh, moment. What's wrong with that? That's going to be my senior quote. Comment down below what my senior quote should be.
Oh, yes. That should be the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week.
What should my senior quote be? I think it should be bro moment, but I don't know yet. But whatever. So I had to take down all of our bags all by myself. I'm just a little girl.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you did that. I was actually going to be like, can I please? I was going to go and be like, can I go on?
Because I'm just like super smart.
My little sister can't get it.
I'm only 15. Okay, and so...
Sorry.
And so I take down all our bags and we're waiting outside in the airport. And our plane was supposed to leave at 5:30. It's 9 p.m. at this point. It's getting really late. And I'm like, bruh, really I'm probably going to have to miss first period tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we'll get there maybe 11, 12, time difference.
No, that did not happen.
So what happened was they couldn't fix the part of the plane that was wrong because apparently the door wasn't closing. We didn't know what was going on until I actually got to see the plane outside, and I'm like, oh, they're trying to fix the door. I guess the door wasn't closing correctly or something. And so we waited out there or inside the airport until around 9 or 10, and they were like, okay, this plane isn't gonna work. You guys are gonna have to wait until 1 a.m. until another plane comes from Fort Lauderdale. That one can take you guys to Dallas. I was like,
at this point,
I was like, oh, we're gonna get home at 4 a.m.
I was like, bro,
pissed off.
Yeah.
Because what? Why?
And everyone there was really upset, so annoyed because there was families there with kids and
Yeah. Everyone was trying to get because we were so confused to why it just didn't get canceled because it's already so late that the flight is flying.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, is there any other flights? And I have children, can we stay at a hotel?
And there was just a lot of lack of communication.
Yes.
They kept on saying in the next hour and in the next hour we'll go, and they just kept on lying to us.
They just kept delaying and delaying and delaying and delaying. They didn't want to cancel the flight, which was annoying.
And then at 1:30 a.m. finally the woman at the boarding desk is so the flight's actually what?
You're missing a lot of information.
What am I missing?
We start to get ready to board. Everyone's starting to make a line. They haven't said that they were boarding. They're not making a line. But the plane is there. The plane just got back. We see all the people from Fort Lauderdale get off the plane. Everyone's starting to get close to where the gate is because they moved the gate one over. And so everybody's getting ready, for the plane to start moving or start for us to start boarding. And everyone's like, why are they taking so long? And then the lady at the front is like, oh, they're just cleaning the cabin or whatever. They still have
there's one woman at the desk.
They still have to prep for boarding. And then eventually she's like, eventually the pilot comes out and she's saying that there is no co-pilot. They don't have a co-pilot ready for the plane. And everyone is pissed off because they're like, how do you guys have an entire flight planned? They had a flight planned from 10 p.m. to board at 1. And this entire time they just didn't have a co-pilot ready for that flight. Crazy. Everyone is pissed. Everyone is tired. I hear people being like, oh my God, I gotta call work in and tell them I won't be there tomorrow because this flight is literally never gonna happen.
Yeah, I was like, guys, I have school in the morning. And then everyone was like, I literally made the whole class laugh. You got the whole squad laughing. That was my vibe because I'm just so funny.
You got the whole squad laughing.
And then
I was scared.
And then what happened? Okay, now can I say what she said?
Okay, go ahead.
She's like, sorry you guys. The flight's actually delayed till 8:30 a.m. or something like that. And then we were everyone is what? Freaking out, so mad. Everyone's bruh moment. And then
you thought people were gonna throw punches.
I thought that I really thought that they were gonna start because there was this one man and this one woman specifically that were yelling, screaming at the front desk woman, and then she was like, she literally was like, we're not the problem, we can't help you guys, it's literally like Spirit, like you have to contact, like this is all we can do, like we can't. And I get her because like she's not, I mean she's kind of just doing her job. She can't really do anything about the situation, but she handled it very poorly.
Yeah, she like did not give 2 farts.
Yeah. She literally didn't give 2 farts.
And then the co-pilot, like, not the co-pilot, the actual pilot was out there, like, trying to explain to everyone what's going on. I literally could not hear anything because everyone was screaming over him. And also, he just, like, wasn't projecting his voice. I couldn't hear him. But
because he was trying to, like, be calm.
He was trying to be calm. But, like, he was just saying that there was no co-pilot. They didn't have a co-pilot. Like, you legally cannot fly with just a pilot. Like, you need both of them on board to actually...
And everyone was like, so where's the co-pilot? Like, everyone was confused. But I'll get to that part later. Yeah, they didn't explain where he was. Why,
and we'll get to that. But they had to have cops escort us outside, like, to the front of where security is because we couldn't be there overnight, which is so annoying. And so they were like, we won't know until 8:30 a.m. when the next flight will be. So not that we're gonna board at 8:30 a.m. They won't let us know until 8:30.
I thought
great. No, it was crazy. Like they won't let us know until 8:30. So who knows when that next flight could be? It could be like 1, 2, 3 p.m. Like I don't know what time that flight was actually gonna board, which is so annoying. And I was so tired. And I had class the next day and a meeting the next day, and you had school the next day.
Yeah,
crazy. And I had lessons the next day. Like I was like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and everyone had to like go to work.
Tired, yes, so freaking tired, especially because we were out all day.
Yeah,
at Havard. Like
we went to Havard that day. We went to
Havard that day,
or wanted to fly home. So they escorted us to like the front of like the airport, like past security
or in the
before security.
Technically before security.
Yeah. And then my sister's on the phone with my mother and father, and they're like, "Okay, just get it."
And you're just literally sitting there watching 27 dresses.
I'm on iPhone, obviously, because I can't do anything about this. I said, no, I was an idiot, and I was like, let's just wait for, like, the flight. I was like, let's just wait the next morning. Like, let's just stay here overnight, blah, blah, blah. And I'm on my iPhone watching 27 Dresses because, like, that's a good movie. And my sister's on the phone with my mom, and my mom's like, I'm booking you another flight using Delta so you can go home. So then we got a flight home. But while we were sitting there, like my sister on call and like everyone's like kind of just sitting there like sleeping, waiting for the flight the next morning or whatever. I overhear these 2 women saying that apparently the co-pilot he was trying to get past security to go to the gate so we could all leave, like fly. But they wouldn't let him get past security because...
Security was closed.
Security was, like, closed. Like, there's a certain time where you can't, like,
there's
go
no
through
more
security
flights.
anymore. So, but he was, like, literally at the airport. He just couldn't get past security. And he was calling so many people saying, like, I don't know, trying just so hard to get to this flight to do his job. Good man, good co-pilot. But they just wouldn't let him through.
Dang, and everyone was hating.
And everyone was hating on the co-pilot. And I was like, man... Like, we didn't hear his side of the story.
Yeah, like he needs to get on this flight. Like, he needs these pit seats. Like he's gonna...
like, he paid $500 for these pit seats. Like, he's finna be in the pit.
Like, he's finna be in the pit.
He's finna be in the pit. So, I actually felt really bad because I was also, like, trash-talking the co-pilot.
But, like, we can replace them for, like, balcony tickets.
Okay! Oh. And so... Yeah, so the co-pilot wasn't the problem. It was just, like, Spirit Airlines and, like, the fact that the co-pilot could not go through security. But just let him through. It's not like he's, like...
I know. I'm, like, pissed off that they... I don't know. Maybe they have to turn on everything and, like...
But everyone was so mad, yelling, screaming, and, like, it was just really annoying. And then they, like, brought in, like, police officers, and I was like, bruh, moment. Like, why did you do that? Like...
Okay.
But yeah, it was really scary. My sister was like in the pit. Like you were in the pit of people.
Oh yeah, like because he's gonna be in the pit.
Yeah, she was like in the pit of people yelling because she was trying to like listen to everything. And I was like, get out of there. Like I'm scared they're gonna start fighting. Like throwing.
Nobody started throwing punches. Everyone was fine.
Everyone was fine, but they were just really aggressive, everyone. As they should be, because like everyone wants to go home. I'm not gonna lie, the entire time I was thinking, wow, this is a first world problem. Like it really is. A delayed flight is such a first world problem. And I was thinking in my head, like, you know, it could be worse.
I guess so.
But it was very annoying because we had to stay overnight in the airport.
It's just so inconvenient. And, like, you're just so tired, and you can't, like, you know what I mean? It's
You're just
like,
seeing everyone at their worst. Like, we're all exhausted. Like,
yeah, you really are just seeing everyone at their worst.
And
I'm so glad that my plan was to wear jeans that whole day, or like during the flight, because I was wearing jeans during the day, and then I was like, I should just change into joggers.
Yeah, because I changed into sweats midday.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same.
And
so
then when
I did, and I was like, imagine if I didn't change.
You could have just changed at the airport. At the airport, we literally did our skincare routine in the bathroom.
Literally.
Because, like, I had to take off my makeup. I had to do, like, my 5-step skincare routine. Like, hello. Like, I had to, like, moisturize and cleanse.
Terrifying.
But, yeah. And so we ended up getting a 6:30 a.m. or, like, 7:30 a.m. flight.
Yeah, so the next flight that we had was
at Delta Airlines. We had to book another flight. And we kind of got a refund, but not really.
It's complicated. We got some money back, and then Spirit sent us, like, some meal vouchers, and then they sent us, like, gift cards, kind of, for, like, future flights. But it's, like, we can only have... It has to be from a flight between, like, today until... Or, like, that day until, like, a certain time, which is annoying. And then... So we got that, but we still had to pay for the Delta flight, which was crazy expensive. Like, it was more than, like, the round trip that we paid for originally.
Yeah.
Which is actually crazy that flight tickets are that expensive to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I still don't know how planes work.
Understand.
And I hate airports. I genuinely do hate airports because everyone is at, like, they're completely out of their mind. Like, no one's fully there at an airport. No one is.
Sure.
Because it's either too early or too late or midday. Like, it's such an awkward, like, sensation.
What is it with people wearing sandals to the airport?
Yeah, why do you have your dogs out? Put those away. That's weird. You're
sandals. At security, too? You have to take off your shoes.
Like, I don't understand people who, like, literally go barefoot on the ground. Like, do you know what has to...
Gross.
Dude, and also they, like, shattered a piece of glass.
Oh, like, yeah.
And I was like, what? Like...
This is so funny.
And they just, like, sweeped it up and kept going with security. Like, people had to literally step on the ground for that.
Anyways,
whatever.
I was literally on the verge of tears. I was so tired.
Me too.
And so fed up. And I had homework that I had to get done. And, like, just so much that I had to do when I got home. And... The flight that we got was from Delta, 7 a.m. I also could not sleep. Like, I
didn't sleep on the flight. I kept on, like... Also, I got the middle seat.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have any seats besides the middle seat. Like, we couldn't find any... The last 2 tickets for that plane were 2 middle seats. Those were the ones that we got. It sucked.
Yeah. I also got yelled at by one of the...
Oh, yeah. What did you do again?
Because I was in the middle seat, but there's no one on the window seat next to me. So I sat there instead, and then the airplane guy, what is it? He was like, no, you can't sit there. And I was like, oh, like, why are you making my life worse?
You should have told me, because then I would have gone to sit next to you.
No, because then...
I know, but, like, whatever.
But then someone had to sit there on the window seat. Someone had to sit there. I was like, bruh.
You're so silly.
Silly girl. Anyway, yeah. So we ended up, like, finally arriving home at 11 a.m. the next morning. Drenched, sweaty, tired, hungry, thirsty. Like, our hunger bars were so low. It was crazy. Like,
we both looked insane. My face was so pale, and I looked so, like, dehydrated and malnourished and ill, and...
It was very dehumanizing.
Not good. It was dehumanizing. And also, like...
I feel like there's something wrong with saying spending a night in the airport is dehumanizing. Like, that's not true.
I was really sweaty in the airport. Or in the airplane. On the way there. I was, like, sweating. It was just really hot, and, like... I was just, like, drenched in sweat, and I felt gross, and I hadn't showered in over 24 hours.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to fly ever again. I literally never want to go on an airplane ever again.
Apparently, it's, like, a problem with just Boston Spirit Airlines, because apparently, like, my mom's had friends that also have had, like, delayed flights or just, like, problems in the airport in Boston at Spirit Airlines.
I think it's, like, it just happens. Like, I don't think it's, like... a Boston airport issue.
No, I think it is.
Or a Spirit airline issue. I think it just happens. Like, Like you, it just happens.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
That's okay.
There really is nothing you can do about it. And we were even looking for hotels nearby, and we couldn't find any that weren't like $1,000.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So we had to spend overnight in the airport, but it was
also,
fine.
like most of the hotels, you can't just get one night.
Okay.
You have to get like 2 nights. Or I think it was since it was that same morning, I couldn't get tickets hotel tickets that same day. Does that make sense? Like, good, like, stay one day, that same day, and then leave that same day. You can't do that. I don't think so. I couldn't find any. But it was annoying and frustrating, and I wanted to cry and dehumanizing, and I'm never flying ever again.
Yeah.
Ever.
We're very grateful that we got to fly, though, because there's a lot of people who don't have the opportunity to fly.
Oh. Okay, what else is on your list?
That was kind of it.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
What time did we start?
1:50-ish. It's probably been like 30 minutes.
Okay. The other thing we wanted to talk about was, what does that say?
Our Halloween plans.
Oh, wait. I have another thing that I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes I'm like, maybe that wasn't so bad of a thing because some people... Oh.
What wasn't so bad?
Have you heard about that whole, like, airplane incident where there was, like...
Airplane diarrhea. Is that what you just looked up on your...
Okay, our battery died. Oopsies. Anyways, what I was saying... Can you stop moving the mic?
Sorry.
What I was saying was...
Call the ambulance.
Sometimes I think that what happened to us wasn't that bad because at least someone didn't have diarrhea on the plane the entire time. Hello?
The New York Post
put
that on their page?
Yeah, the New York Post put... So, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but this happened really recently. That whole, like, thing where somebody had, like, diarrhea on a plane. It was I think it was an Atlanta flight all the way to Barcelona. So that flight was supposed to be, like, really long.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, 2 hours in, someone had, like, the most horrendous diarrhea ever. Like, it was a biohazard issue. Freaking crazy. And it was a Delta Airlines flight. Crazy.
Delta.
Literally, what? Like, I wish...
That's genuinely vile.
I cannot imagine having to deal with that. Like... Oh my god.
There's something so screwed up about airplanes.
I can't. And apparently, like, they try to, like, fix it with, like, vanilla scented stuff, like, to help the scent, and it was, like, not getting better. It made it worse. People said it was getting worse. It was freaking crazy.
That's so gross.
So they tried to clean it, and they were saying that it was, like, a whole mess, and then it was like 2 hours into the flight, so they had to turn back. They had to issue an emergency landing because this person had diarrhea.
That's crazy.
That is, like, I think it was all over the floor, like,
ew,
all over the car.
How does that happen?
I don't even know what they ate. They probably had, like, I don't know.
Did they have, but like the diarrhea must, like, obviously they did it in the toilet, right? And then, like, it spilled somewhere.
I think that, like, it was just, like, it just happened, like, in his seat or in her seat. Apparently, we don't know who the passenger is. Like, the passenger's person,
they
like,
had
they don't even,
in their
nobody
seat.
knows who it is. Like, their identity has been anonymous. Like, they don't even know. I think that they probably diarrheaed in their seat, and they were like, oh, and then they try to, like, go to the bathroom, but, like, it's just, like, it, like, went everywhere.
That's crazy.
I literally cannot imagine how... Oh my god, it would smell so bad.
So they did it in their seat?
I don't know.
We don't know?
I don't
How does it get all over the floor? My vibe is, like, maybe the pipes, like, broke or something, and, like, the diarrhea from, like, inside the toilet, like, spilled out.
I literally
into the plane. Like, how does that even happen? Like, how?
I just can't imagine the smell that, like, would even happen.
Do you think someone was trying to, like, fart and then they, like,
no,
spilled out their diarrhea? Like, they thought it was a fart. They thought it was a fart, but it was actually diarrhea.
I think that they just had, like, a really bad, like, they just had really bad food or something.
They had a really bad burrito, man.
The thing is, like, if you're in an airplane is small. Like, although an airplane is huge, inside it's so small. Like everyone is compact.
That's what I'm saying.
So I can't imagine how much that smell like
reeked.
And then you had to like, if you're like a flight attendant, like you had to clean that up.
Oh yeah,
you had to literally clean
that's dehumanizing.
I cannot. That is like his or her experience would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
in my mind.
Yeah, that's
would
not
literally
chill.
be a nightmare.
That's terrifying.
Calling it a biohazard is crazy.
Like what? Biohazard is crazy. Like, yeah, that's like really weird.
They had to bring. Oh yeah, and they even had like a medical kit, but they were like, we don't even have hazmat suits in there. Like they needed a freaking hazmat suit because it smelled so bad.
That's right. How bad can diarrhea smell?
Oh, it's bad, girl. It's literally poop.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it really is.
It's literally poopy doopy. Anyways. Crazy. So at least we didn't have to go through that.
Yeah.
That was literally like a month before we went on our flight. So
that's crazy.
It wasn't long ago. Anyways, so that just happened.
Oh no.
Okay, Halloween plans. So obviously these are our Halloween costumes.
Well, not mine. I'm probably gonna change mine. Do I look cool?
No.
Okay.
This is our costume right now.
Yeah, I don't know. We just did this because we thought it'd be fun for like an episode, but
yeah.
I was gonna say, does Jesse Pinkman have a beard? But no, he doesn't. Because I would have drawn one in, like a beard, but he doesn't.
I think he does.
No, he doesn't.
At some point.
No, I'm not.
I mean, like just stubble. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. But I'm going to a haunted house soon.
Too.
I went to like a pumpkin patch too.
My bad.
Recently, like I'm doing fall things. For Halloween, I'm probably, I don't know, I'll be something else, but
yeah. I'm gonna go to a little Halloween party, and then I'm also gonna go to a haunted house. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
Litter. Never mind. Okay.
Lit.
It will be lit. But yeah, I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah. So that's our horror story.
Yeah. It really wasn't. No, it was bad.
It was literally American Horror Story.
Yeah. Okay.
We should have been Tate and Violet.
Yeah, we should have.
We're all like, what? Yeah!
Go away, Tate. Yeah. Let us know what characters you want us to be for the next episode. That should be our thing. Every episode, we're like a different character.
Don't tell us.
Yeah, don't tell us because we're not gonna do it anyway.
We don't want to know.
Yeah, that's all we have. Diarrhea, airport, Boston. That's like the gist. We love diarrhea. That's the title of this episode.
Oh my.
Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. Thanks all 27 subscribers. Thanks for sticking around. Like all our posts on every single platform, TikTok, Instagram,
literally,
and YouTube.com. If you're cool, you'll do all those things. Or else. I'm just kidding. Yeah. We love you guys. Who is watching this? I swear YouTube bots.
Nobody is.
YouTube bots are watching this. No way 27 people are subscribed to us. I'm convinced at least 10 of them are people we know. And then the others are YouTube bots.
I'm convinced that like half of the people, or like the majority, are people that like we don't expect to be watching, but they are for some reason. And I don't understand.
Yeah.
What do you guys see in us? They like us.
No, they don't.
They like us. They like our content.
They probably don't. Maybe they're just making fun of us.
Yeah, that's what I said in the last episode. That like I'm scared that they're just making fun of us.
Oh, they probably are.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Jesse Pinkman, yo.
And I'm Jane.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we.
Bye.
That's all I want to say. Love you guys. Bye.